All right, well, hello and welcome everyone. I'm Stephen Bailey, Assistant Director of Transportation and Public Works, and with me is Ronnie Katrib, our Engineering Administrator. This video presentation will cover a number of concepts for the upcoming Jefferson River Road Sidewalk project. We're recording this as part of our online public outreach program, and at the end of this presentation, we'll provide a number of ways for you, the viewer, to make comments, ask questions, and give valuable feedback for us to share with the Mayor and Commission as they choose a preferred concept during their upcoming voting session. The creation of these concepts is really a follow-up to our work session back in last November, where staff presented multiple proposals of some of the first Athens in Motion sidewalk projects. We'll be bringing a number of these to you over the next few months. I'll briefly run through the history of this project and then turn it over to Ronnie to explain the different concepts we've prepared, including sidewalk and multi-use path options. Finally, we'll direct you to the online storyboard and feedback survey for this project. So the Athens in Motion Bicycle and Pedestrian Master Plan was the result of years-long discussions on how to prioritize, expand, and promote our bicycle and pedestrian networks here in Athens. It's given us a framework and prioritized project list to start building, and has also led to the creation of a new Bike, Ped, and Safety Coordinator, as well as the community-led Athens in Motion Commission. One initiative they focused on was to make sure we put each of our potential projects through the lens of our complete streets policy. In the case of sidewalk projects such as this one, that meant doing cost comparisons to determine the feasibility of installing multi-use paths versus sidewalks at these locations. Last month, staff shared alternative concepts with the Athens in Motion Commission, and after comparing costs and benefits, their recommendation is to move forward with a multi-use path concept along Jefferson River Road. We will still be presenting both sidewalk and multi-use alternatives for you here today so that we can get additional feedback from you, the viewing public. We were excited to see Jefferson River Road go through our newly updated public engagement process, including an initial public forum and an on-site walk audit, which Commissioner Vincent joined us for. Comments at the audit were positive in favor of the sidewalk, but the biggest request we received was for additional consideration for bicycles as well. So we're currently in our next phase of public input, and we ask that you please take time after watching this presentation to fill out the survey link on the last slide. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ronnie, who will talk you through the specifics of the Jefferson River Road project concepts and explain next steps.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, our listening public, for taking the time to tune in to this recorded presentation on the proposed improvements on Jefferson River Road. Athens in Motion context is shown here on this slide. In the project vicinity, we have funded projects including Vincent Drive Sidewalk, funded through SPLOST 2020. Complete street analysis will be performed for a multi-use path comparison. Barber Street Bike Facilities, funded through T-SPLOST 2018, and Chase Street Bike and Pedestrian Facilities, a project that is going through concept and preliminary engineering. This project is funded through GDOT TAP grant with local matching. Potential projects currently without identified funding includes Newton Bridge Bike and Pedestrian Connectivity, funded potentially through the tax allocation district between North Chase Street, Barber Street intersection, and Vincent Drive Newton Bridge intersection. If tax allocation district is not applicable, these projects could make a good T-SPLOST proposal in the future. Third, Old Jefferson Road Tier 2 pedestrian and Tier 3 bike facilities project. On the next slide, Jefferson River Road connectivity project limits extend from Jefferson Road, State Highway 129, shown on the screen, top left image, and end at the intersection of Vincent Drive, shown on the screen, bottom right image. Currently, pedestrians do not have a safe crossing from the existing sidewalk on Jefferson Road to the existing sidewalk on Old Jefferson Road. and Jefferson River Road. Providing connectivity in this location is included in all concepts. Couple images of Jefferson River Road corridor are shown, including one of the 4 bus stops within the project limits, and that to be connected. On the next slide, here we show Jefferson River Road sidewalk option. The sidewalk option extends a total of 4,300 feet of sidewalk network. It starts from the existing sidewalk network on Jefferson Road, crossing GDOT right-of-way, railroad tracks, and Old Jefferson Road, and connects with existing Family Dollar sidewalk with a series of ramps, crosswalks, and signal improvements. The proposed 5-foot sidewalks begin from existing Family Dollar's sidewalk to Vincent Drive, connecting existing 4 bus stops on the east side of the roadway. Accessibility improvements are proposed at all 4 corners of Vincent Drive intersection, with ramps and crosswalks. Controlled crosswalks including rectangular rapid flashing beacons, with crosswalks are to be considered on Vincent Drive, Alice Walker Drive, and Ambler Road, pending warrant studies by the department during preliminary design phase following concept approval. 3 different sidewalk alternatives have been studied, with cost estimate ranging between $1.1 to $1.8 million. On the next slide, we see the first sidewalk alternative. This is a 5-foot sidewalk over existing grade with a cost estimate little over $1.1 million. Advantages include low cost, less invasive than other options, minimal earthwork, and less tree impact. Disadvantages: no improvement to existing drainage facilities, minimal improvement to driveway, and does not accommodate bicycle traffic. On the next slide, we present the second sidewalk alternative that includes a 5-foot sidewalk with improved drainage ditch between sidewalk and travel lane, and with a cost estimate little over $1.8 million. Advantages include improved drainage for roadway and 8-foot clear zone used for improved safety. Disadvantages include acquisition for right-of-way, walls will be necessary in areas, increased tree impact, high utility impact, and does not accommodate bicycle traffic. On the next slide, we present the third sidewalk alternative. This is a 5-foot sidewalk with curb and gutter and a cost of $1.76 million. Advantages include construction will be in the current right-of-way, most effective drainage option for a 5-foot sidewalk, and minimal acquisition of right-of-way and easements. Disadvantages include high cost for 5-foot sidewalk, drainage easement will be needed, increased tree impact, high utility impact, and does not accommodate bicycle traffic. Next slide. On the next slide, we're showing the multi-use path alternative. The multi-use path concept follows the same alignment as the sidewalk for Old Jefferson Road to Vincent Drive. Multi-use path alternatives include removal of 200 feet of existing sidewalk on Jefferson River Road adjacent to Family Dollar and to be replaced with a multi-use path. 2 different multi-use path alternatives have been developed with cost estimates ranging between $2.48 million to $2.56 million. On the next slide, we show the first multi-use path alternative. This is a 10-foot multi-use path with curb and gutter within 14-foot urban shoulder and a cost estimate of $2.48 million. This is the recommended alternative by Athens in Motion Commission. Advantages: most effective drainage option for a 10-foot multi-use path, more space for pedestrians and bicyclists, and less costly option for a 10-foot multi-use path when compared with the second multi-use path alternative. Disadvantages: Drainage easements will be needed, walls will be needed in areas, increased tree impact, and higher utility impact. On the next slide, we present the second multi-use path alternative. This is a 10-foot multi-use path with improved drainage ditch and a cost estimate of $2.56 million. Advantages: improved drainage for roadway and accommodates bicycle traffic. Disadvantages: acquisition of right-of-way, walls will be necessary in areas, increased tree impact, high utility impact, some property may be condemned, and most costly option for a 10-foot multi-use path. On the next slide, we show what's next on Jefferson River Road improvement project. Public engagement period is upcoming, and it starts from October 2nd and through October 23rd. Recorded presentation should be available by October 2nd. Concept agenda setting and review by the Mayor and Commission of Athens-Clarke County is on October 20th, 2020. Concept agenda regular business session approval by Mayor and Commission will be considered in November 3rd, 2020. I will turn over the presentation to Stephen Bailey, and thank you for tuning in tonight with us.
Great, thanks, Ronnie. And thank you all for participating in this period of public input. So we'll end today with this slide showing the multiple ways that you can add your voice to this project. We encourage you to send us your questions and recommendations through the links and contacts on the screen. Particularly note that this web link, which takes you to the ACC Gov website, actually brings you to the Jefferson River Road landing page. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So this landing page will have ways for you to sign up for notifications. It'll also have a survey available, as well as this recorded work session and the recorded Mayor and Commission work session from previous months. I also want to show you, there will be a link to this GIS story map that further explains the alternative concepts, compares costs between a multi-use path, a sidewalk path, and then also shows you one more link back to the survey where you can voice your feedback. And please look for more of these opportunities in the near future, as we have some other exciting bike and ped projects in the pipeline. Thanks again.